Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Shiftgang254, where we bring you fresh content every time. Now, today we will be having a car that is common on our roads. This car is a Toyota Hiace or Toyota Hiace, whatever you pronounce it. To be specific, it's a 2.7 liter. That is to tell you it has the 2TR FE engine, four-wheel drive all the time. Now, that is not the most important thing. The most important thing is that it's a car that will pass on the roads with sirens and all that. It's not a DCI car, it's not a police car, it is not, all those cars, but it is an ambulance. So to take us through on how an ambulance operates, with me, I have Mr. Michael Ambrose. Mr. Michael?
Hi.
Karibu sana.
Nashukuru.
What do we have here?
Yes. Thank you so much for this chance. My name is Michael Ambrose.
Okay.
CEO at Alpha Ambulance Service.
All right.
Ltd. I am an ambulance operator, certified, trained, and qualified. I am an emergency medical technician, advanced one. I have done SLS, BLS, and PHTLS. Those are courses that are in this unit of ours in terms of responding to emergencies, both medical and both trauma.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm Steve from Shiftgang. I've done downshift, upshift, intake, and intercooler studies. That is to tell you I'm qualified for what I do at Shiftgang. Now, why a petrol engine? First of all, even before you tell us how the ambulance operates, how a petrol engine? And I thought the diesel are more cheaper, and
Yes. Thank you so much for that question. As an ambulance operator, I have done defensive driving, I have done offensive driving, and I've done ambulance operator course too. Now, in terms of petrol engine, I love petrol engines because the engine is soft in terms of picking.
Okay.
In terms of uphill start, it is soft, and servicing a petrol engine is more cheaper than servicing a diesel engine. I only change the spark plugs, air cleaner, the fuel, the oil filter, and the element.
Okay.
As compared to the diesel, whereby someone must change the diesel filter, must change the oil filter, the air cleaner, and even at some point somebody can be forced to even come and change the injectors and the
once they clog.
Once they clog, injectors and the nozzles. But here at the petrol, we just deal with the spark plug.
Wow. That is a very useful statement, because we've been having discussions in some groups whereby people are arguing, do I buy a diesel matatu or do I buy a petrol? But from how you're explaining it, I get why now one would choose for a 2.7 for a petrol engine.
And again, for modern vehicles,
yes,
these vehicles are digital. They have advanced technology. So in terms of saving, there is that eco button. I think you've seen it at the dashboard.
Yes.
So all these vehicles, they consume at the same rate, no matter how it is diesel and no matter how it is petrol, because that button, no matter how you press that accelerator, so long as that eco button is on, that vehicle cannot consume. The consumption is still the same, but now you will feel it at the service.
All right.
Yes.
So you told me Alpha Ambulance
Service.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have any other cars, or you just deal with this?
We have two vehicles.
Okay.
We have one Land Cruiser that we normally use it during off-road.
All right.
During event standby and off-road. But this one, the Hiace one, is more comfort. Is more of prestige.
All right.
To be used in CBD and areas which are having tarmac road.
Okay.
Since also this one is a four-wheel drive.
Right.
But it is now long.
Okay.
It is long and it is large.
Yeah, the chassis is longer.
Yeah. So as compared to Land Cruiser also has the manual gears for four-wheel high and four-wheel low. Yes.
All right. Now I want you to take me or us through the ambulance, how it operates. Through various stages. Yes.
So this one is an advanced cardiac life support ambulance.
Okay.
this ambulance can carry a patient who is in a critical state.
Okay.
When I say critical state or when I say advanced cardiac, means that we do carry patients who are having problems with the heart. Problems with the heart. These are the problems which, or emergencies that are at a higher end of a patient in terms of response.
Okay.
Since the heart is the one which pumps blood into the whole system of
No,
the heart.
you're saying about the heart, eh?
Yes.
Lately I've been seeing on the news people, men dying at, in the line of duty. Is it a heart problem, or because here once you measure the blue pill,
Yes.
I don't know what happens to the heart. So those are also your patients.
Yeah, those are patients who do response to emergencies.
Okay.
But for now, I cannot say much more because of medical legal issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can be taken to court. Yeah, those one we leave it at the facility.
Oh, okay.
But when we come for another session, when we have those permits, I can address that issue.
Okay.
Yes, but our permit is about
heart.
Medical emergencies.
All right.
And the medical emergencies are in two types. We're having medical emergencies and trauma. And this ambulance can support both medical emergencies and trauma emergencies.
Okay. What
In
is trauma
terms,
emergency?
in terms of medical, we're having a team that is trained, highly trained of advanced cardiac life support.
Yes.
We're having an ICU nurse on board. We're having a medical officer on board. We're having advanced emergency medical technician on board. And we're also having an emergency medical responder on board.
Okay.
So, and also that ones who operate that ambulance. For example, myself, I am also emergency medical technician, and at the same time I'm also an ambulance operator. This means that someone who is driving that ambulance and someone who is also attending this patient, they are all medical practitioners.
Okay.
They are trained, they are certified, and they are licensed.
No,
And even corona.
Even corona is a
Even
medical
COVID-19.
emergency. All right.
Yes, and we have carried the patient with COVID-19. I'll show you all the PPE.
Wait, you have done what?
We have carried several. We have carried several patients of COVID-19, and we have assisted them well.
Okay.
And since Alpha started, no patient has lost his or her life under our care.
Okay.
Yes.
Shall we see the equipment?
It's okay.
Sawa.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, team.
My name is Godfrey. I work with Alpha Ambulance Services. I am an emergency medical technician, as many people like to call us, paramedics.
Okay.
Yes, but I am an emergency medical technician. So this is my office.
Oh, this is your office?
Yes.
All right.
So here it is an advanced life support ambulance.
Okay.
We have two types of ambulances, a basic life support ambulance
All right.
and an advanced life support ambulance. So this is what we call an ALS ambulance.
Advanced life support.
Advanced life support ambulance.
ALS in our language means anti-lag.
Oh, it's different technically in your field.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So this is an advanced life support ambulance because it has equipment and machines and drugs that can transport even a patient from an ICU.
Okay.
Yes. So let me start with the machines.
All right.
And one of the most basic machines here that you will find even in a basic life support ambulance is the patient monitor. It monitors the vital signs of the patient.
Okay.
And the vital signs, I mean the heart rate, the heart rhythm. It also gives you the breathing rate of the patient, and it will give you what we call SpO2, the percentage of oxygen in the body.
Okay.
So, and it is easy to read. It will open in a moment.
All right.
So this you can see it has very many cables. So those are what we connect to a patient.
All right.
Each cable is assigned to a parameter, as you can see here. Yes. Right now it won't give you any reading. It is not attached to the patient.
Okay.
Then there's also another very important box here.
Okay.
This is what brings power. in the patient compartment.
Oh, okay.
The patient compartment is where we are right now. So this is what converts power to power that we can use with our machines here.
Oh, okay.
Even the small machines. Yes.
So that box right there.
Yes, this black box here.
Okay.
Then this one is an infusion machine. They are patients with drugs that are given at intervals. And that's what is called infusing or mixing drugs with either a fluid, a fluid like this one. You have seen these ones?
Oh, yeah.
The ones people call drip. Yes, so this is an infusion machine.
Okay.
It is set and it will deliver the drug
Okay.
as the settings have been set. Then this one is a suction machine.
Okay.
A suction machine is used to either remove fluids where you don't need them. Mostly it's fluids where you don't need them. You may have a patient who is vomiting, a patient who is bleeding profusely,
Okay.
and maybe there are even other fluids and you want to remove them, and you have things you connect to them. This is a suction catheter. The fluids, it's for sucking out fluids. You can see it has a receiver here.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the suction machine. All our machines are connected here.
Okay.
So when the power is on, behind you there's a button.
Okay.
This adapter will deliver the power to all the machines you need. Then at the end there is a nebulizing machine. A nebulizing machine is for delivering drugs to a patient.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, it looks like a blender, like a juice blender.
It looks like a blender. You mix the drug and the fluid, then connect it to a mask and oxygen. A mask like this one. I hope you have seen these ones. So you will, it's for nebulizing. For example, a patient who is asthmatic.
Okay.
They need to be nebulized so that you can unclog the respiratory system.
All right.
Yes. Those are the, I like to call them the big machines. Then here I have small machines. The first one is one to monitor the blood glucose. And we also have, this one is portable. You can use this machine to measure percentage of oxygen in your body.
Okay.
This one is a portable pulse oximeter. Insert your finger here and it will give a reading.
Okay.
Yes. Then this one is also a portable BP machine.
Why is it not showing anything?
It should show if your hands are not cold. Yes, that's the.
So that tells you I'm boosting at 29 psi.
Give it a moment. Yes, this is a blood pressure machine.
Okay.
Yes, it's a automatic. We have an automatic one and the anaeroid one, manual.
Okay.
Yes, this is the right reading now. Your heart rate and the percentage of oxygen in your blood.
So my percentage of oxygen is 97%.
97%.
Oh, okay.
And your heart is beating at 104 beats per minute.
So
I hope you are relaxed.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That one is a bit high.
Oh, high.
Yes, we can measure again.
Ngoja.
Yeah, sasa iko sawa. It should not go beyond 100. Now you are stabilizing. That's why I was saying I hope you are relaxed. Now you are relaxing. Then this one is for, it's called the fetal Doppler machine. You use it when you have a patient who is expectant.
Oh,
to
okay.
monitor the fetus. Yes.
Oh, it's not a baby, it's a fetus, huh?
Yes.
Let me just bring you back to this.
Yes.
This thing is showing 109.
Yes. 109 beats per minute.
So is that a bad thing or a good thing? Again,
109 is not the best thing to have. But we cannot just say you have a problem by measuring it once.
okay.
That's why I told you we'll measure it later.
Yeah.
To relax. I hope you are not hungry. If you are hungry, the heart rate will go high.
I'm healthy.
If you are sick, the heart rate will go high.
Oh, you're sick?
Yes. Especially if you are in pain.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we. That's how you know. For example, a patient who is unconscious. You may know they are in pain by looking at their heart rate.
Oh, so it's not a heartbreak. It's a heartbreak pain.
That's emotional pain.
Okay.
That's pain in your mind. Yes. Then sometimes we go for home calls.
Okay.
Home calls or up in a place where the vehicle cannot access.
Okay.
So in that case, depending on the patient you have been called to attend to,
Okay.
we have 2 bags. Both of them are usually called trauma bags.
Okay.
But one bag is for a trauma patient. The other bag is for a medical patient. A medical patient is something like a heart attack, asthma, abdominal pain. Then a trauma patient is someone who has been hurt, injured, like
Accident.
in an accident. So it has things that will take care of maybe bleeding, replacement of fluids, swellings, and in every bag we also take care of oxygen. So this is a trauma bag, and a bag for a medical patient. You can see they are different.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
all right. Yeah.
they are different. This one has many bandages, this one has many needles, many drugs. Yes. So you carry the bag according to the patient you are going to attend to.
All right.
Yes. And in most cases it's for home calls.
Home calls.
Yes. For example, when you want to get into a house, then assess a patient before you pick them. Because when we are putting a patient in the vehicle,
Okay.
we don't just arrive and
Pick the
load
patient.
the patient unless it is an emergency, a serious emergency. But if it's not a serious emergency, we monitor the patient first, we assess and decide what to do,
Okay.
whether to load and go or to first stabilize the patient on the scene.
All right.
Because sometimes you will even need to resuscitate the patient before you take them anywhere.
And I can see you say these are the area. What do you call this area?
This is a patient compartment.
Yes, the patient compartment is well lit.
Yeah, we have a lot of lights here.
Yeah, it looks like a maquette.
This one is especially at night, you want it to remain as if it's during the day,
okay.
so that you can see everything,
All right.
everything you want to do. Then there's also this very important thing here. It's called the stethoscope.
Okay.
Yes, sio ya madaktari too. This one we use it to, when you're using a manual BP machine, you use this one. When you want to listen to the patient's lung sounds, you use this one. Sometimes using this machine is called auscultating. Sometimes we auscultate when you want to confirm a bone is broken.
Okay.
Yes. You listen to it, then place it at the end of one bone and tap the other end. If the sound moves through, that bone is okay. If there's a fracture, you most likely will not feel that tap.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it acts like okay.
The old telephone, the first telephone. Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
That's something I
But
didn't know.
mostly it's used to listen to the chest,
Okay.
the heart and the lungs.
What is this pipe for?
This was a oxygen delivery of a mechanism.
Okay.
If you see, it goes through here and it's the same pipe there.
Oh, okay.
So it's supposed to go to the oxygen
tank.
cylinders. Then we will place a flowmeter like this one. You see this thing?
Okay.
This one is removable. So, but this one that is fixed.
Okay.
So we intend to place a fixed one here
Okay.
for the patient who is on the bed.
All right.
Yes, that one is important when you want to leave the vehicle with the patient and with the oxygen tank.
Okay.
Yes, and that's why we have under here we have an extra oxygen tank. We store it here so that when you're leaving the vehicle, you will not have to discontinue the oxygen for long. Oxygen is very important.
Okay.
So that you will discontinue for less than a minute and connect it.
Okay.
Yes. As we said here, we have a suction catheter, and we also have what we call advanced airways for intubation. You intubate a patient who cannot breathe on their own,
Okay.
so that you can keep their airway open. So there's that first tube, a supraglottic airway, then an endotracheal tube. This one is for an adult, this one is for a child. Yes, it's what we have here. We also use this one for a patient who is unconscious and you need to keep the airway open. It's put in the mouth.
All right.
Yes. And in the section behind you, this one is for a patient who has had what we call a cervical spine injury. When you suspect the patient has been hurt at the spinal cord, at the area of your neck.
Okay.
I think this one is familiar.
Yeah.
This is a neck collar. It goes in sizes. You see, this one is a big one. This one is a small one. This one is an adjustable one.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
This is a face mask, a CPR face mask, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. You use this one when you are resuscitating a patient to give breaths.
Okay.
Yes, this one is the same thing, but the one you carry in your pocket. It's called a pocket mask.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's for resuscitation. To give what we call rescue breaths.
Rescue breath.
Yes.
Now, before I let you go,
Yes.
there's one more thing I need. Okay. What's this?
It's for giving rescue breaths. This one is a manual one and a bit more advanced. So this one, we'll connect it that way and connect it to your patient. So connect it that way. Then this goes to the mouth and the nose.
Okay.
Yes, to deliver rescue breaths.
Oh, nice.
And it should also be connected to oxygen
Okay.
through here. Yes,
Now, before I let you go,
it's okay. Yes.
there's the other, that machine, I don't know what we call it.
Yes.
The one I see on, I used to watch ER,
Ah,
where there's some charge, you charge it,
yes.
then you place it on the patient's chest,
Yes.
then some magic happens. What is that machine?
That machine is called a defibrillator.
The what?
A defibrillator.
Okay.
Yes. So it has the function of doing what you are saying. That's defibrillating. It is essentially stopping the heart when it has an abnormal rhythm. Here we have the sink.
Okay. Oh, that's a sink.
It's just a usual sink.
Okay.
It's just that it's a bit automated. You don't have to touch. Because mostly here, behind here, right now it looks nice.
And
But
organized.
in most cases, it's usually messy and you may even have blood on your hands. That's why you will see there's no tap here. You'll only need to press here and water will come out.
Oh, okay.
Step on this thing. Step on here and water comes out. Then you can wash your hands.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can wet whatever you wanted to wet. Yes.
Right.
I think that's simple.
What are these? This looks like
This is I like to call this our store.
Oh, this is a store.
Yes. But it has, this is where we put our linen,
Okay.
our extra supplies, and we also put some machines here, like the infusion set when it is not in use.
All right.
Infusion machine when it is not in use. Yes.
Let me pretend I understood that, but
It's
okay.
this small machine.
Oh,
here.
this. Okay.
That one. We also have inside there. We also put things like this one. This one is it's a toolbox for intubating a patient. You remember the tubes I have shown you here.
This looks like the 10mm socket.
It's called a blade.
Goja.
Yes.
So.
So according to the size of the patient, you can see. So you will measure the size of the patient.
Wait. Where are we measuring?
Mostly
what are we
measure
measuring?
from the jaw to the tip of the mouth. Then you will know whether that blade is okay. But in most cases, you use either this one or this one for an adult.
Wait, these are blades, eh?
Yes,
Are
you
they
use this one to lift the tongue so that you can see the trachea and insert this endotracheal tube. So you just assemble it that way. You see it has a torch.
Okay.
If the batteries are okay, the torch will light.
Okay.
See,
Oh.
just normal batteries. Yes. Then,
Now,
so
wait. Are you lifting or you are pressing the tongue?
you are lifting the tongue. Usually, you position yourself here behind the patient.
Okay.
So you lift the
Oh, yeah.
tongue and insert the tube.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So this is a blade. This is a laryngoscope.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
It's a laryngoscope set.
Okay.
Yes, that's the way to assemble it.
So basically, those are all the equipments.
I think those are all the equipments.
Okay.
And we also said we even transport expectant mothers.
Yeah.
So we have the delivery sets here.
Oh, so
Equipment, we can conduct a delivery here if it comes to that. Yes, we have the equipment and personnel to do that.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so
all
this
right.
is a delivery pack and obstetric set. Then if it's a neonate, a baby who has just been born, this is the pouch.
Oh.
We call it a nest. So you just open this and place them inside here. First, you have to warm it. This one warms this the element to place here.
Okay.
Then you place it when it is warm. It will tell you okay.
Okay.
If it's too hot or too cold, it will give a warning. So this is where you put the baby and carry them to hospital.
Okay.
Yes, the mom will sleep on the stretcher.
So
Yes,
basically,
so
this is a small hospital, or this is a moving hospital.
This is a hospital. I like to call an ALS ambulance a hospital on wheels.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You can transport any kind of patient here.
Actually, I'm learning a lot of stuff, man.
I am actually crashing through so that we can finish everything. Yes.
Wow.
And we also forgot one of the most important things here, a clock.
Oh, the clock.
Yes, because we are mostly racing against time.
Okay.
Yes, we need that to record even when you give a drug. Record the time you give the drug, and also any intervention you take. Record the time. Yes.
So it is very important. Like it's common sense for road users to give ambulance way.
It's common sense. And I think personally I don't complain a lot.
Okay.
Mostly people are cooperative.
Okay.
Unless it's a driver who does not know what to do. But the will is there. The will
will is
to
there.
give you way. Yes.
Wow. Wow. All right. So
Yes, we also want to do a lot of research. So we record our time.
Okay.
We want to improve our response times.
Oh,
So
all
we
right.
check the moment we reached the scene, when we left, when we delivered the patient at the hospital. Yes, we want to monitor that, and even later we sit and look at our setbacks, what is making us maybe take longer, what we could do to make the time shorter.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow. All right.
I think that's all. Yes, and this is now, I am the driver of this thing.
You're the driver of this thing. Yeah?
Yes, this is a patient stretcher.
All right.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the drugs. Then
Yes.
we see how.
My colleague will take you through that.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
my name is Wangoi. I'm an emergency medical technician.
Okay.
I work with Alpha Ambulance Services. I'll take you through the medications.
Okay.
Yeah. In case of an emergency, we have emergency medicine,
Okay.
which we usually give to our patients.
All right.
We have different types of medication depending on we give the medication depending on the presentation of our patient, depending on the emergency that we have. We might have an asthmatic attack. We have that catered for. We have our inhalers and our Ventolin solutions. In case of abdominal pains, we have our medications with us. In case of bleeding, we have our medication with us here to stop bleeding. In case of cardiac emergencies, we have all medications with us here. Yeah.
So basically, you have every medicine that is needed in case of an emergency.
Yes, we have medications for emergencies.
Or for emergencies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when do you administer them? When the patient is moving, when the car is moving, or when you load the...
When we load the patient in the ambulance, we assess, we take the history to maybe the patient might have been ill for a long time. So we take the history to know if the patient has been on any medication, if not. So that from that point we decide what to use and what not to use. Because sometimes you can find a patient who has been on certain medication. So whatever you have here, it's a contraindication of what he or she has been using.
Okay. What about in a case of an emergency? What happens?
In a case of an emergency, you must take a history and take a set of vital signs. Then depending on the way you are presenting, I will know what to give. Medication to administer.
In an emergency, I mean like an accident. Like say there's an accident just around the corner, then I've called Alpha. How do you tell which medication to give, or what happens?
In the case of an emergency, we first of all stabilize the patient. That is, we stop the bleeding. If we have a excessive bleeding, that's the time we use the medication to stop the bleeding. In case it's maybe normal bleeding, not that excess, we have the IV fluids which we administer to maintain a normal blood pressure and to replace to maintain the fluids level in the patient's body. We have painkillers which mostly we use them like in every patient that we find. We must give a painkiller because most of them are in pain. So we have painkillers. We can either give them orally or we inject the patient. I heard your colleagues say about steroids. You have steroids? No. We don't have steroids in the ambulance.
So you don't have steroids, Okay. You mentioned about the IV fluids. What are they?
The IV fluid, we have different types. We have a fluid like this one, which is monosaline. We have another one here, which is lactic. We're having some other here. This one we mostly use in case of emergency where we have patients who have lost a large amount of blood, dehydrated patients. Yes. We have over here. This is glucose D5.
Glucose.
Which we use in case of patients who have low blood sugars. Maybe the patient has collapsed. On taking the vitals, we note that the blood sugars are so low, so we infuse this one. We also have this one. This is mannitol or osmol, which we give in case of a head injury. The patient who have a head injury, suspected head injury, we give this mannitol. These are our set of our IV fluid.
So what does IV stand for?
Intravenous. That is, we are inserting a cannula in a vein.
That is why I was never in this industry. Because first of all, I didn't pass in the pronunciation. So I opted for mechanics. So basically everything that is supposed to be administered to a patient is found here?
In case of an emergency, we have everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, before I let you go, I normally see the ambulance, like flying around. What happens when, are you afraid of the speed, or how do you handle it? How do you cope?
With time, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm already coped up with the movement, and so
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Oh, because we don't want the driver is speeding to reach the patient to the hospital. So the patient is here screaming in pain, then you're here screaming in pain, in agony of the speed. Is there a training that the doctors go, or you practitioners go, so that you can handle the speed, Ama?
No. You just get used to it. As time goes by, you get used to movement and
Okay.
that motion. Yeah.
Wow. So let's load the patient and see how it operates.
It's okay.
All right. By the way, before we even drive, before we pick them up, there's something I noticed. These two, I didn't know that ambulances comes with meth tanks. So I don't know whether these are meth tanks or ama ni nini hivi. Michael,
Yes.
kumbe hata nyinyi mnatumianga meth
Ah.
ama nose.
Thank you so much once again. These ones, they are oxygen tanks, oxygen medical tanks.
Oh, they're not for the engine.
They're not for the engine.
Okay.
These ones are oxygen medical tanks.
Okay.
Oxygen is in these tanks.
Oh.
And one thing that we love about this ambulance is about that these tanks, they're secured.
Okay.
They're secured. They cannot injure the patient, the nurse, or the EMT who is there, and even the driver who is in ambulance, because everything in this vehicle is moving.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And if the driver applies emergency brakes, and maybe one tank wasn't secured, this is a time bomb in this ambulance.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're having the tanks
And secured.
and secured, yes, well placed. You can see I cannot even remove them.
Okay.
Then this is an oxygen delivery system.
Okay.
This one is a regulator, oxygen regulator. This one is an oxygen humidifier, and this one is oxygen flow meter.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Whereby you can measure different levels of you want to give oxygen to patients.
Oh, okay.
Yes. As you can see, I'm delivering
Okay.
10 liters. I'm delivering 10 liters, and I can still come back.
Okay.
I still lower it. So I'm still delivering oxygen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and oxygen is the first drug of choice of any patient who is having difficulty in breathing. Okay. And at the same time, you can close the tank.
Oh, okay.
I have closed it.
So, shall we load the patient?
We shall load the patient, as I said before.
Okay.
This is an advanced cardiac life support ambulance, manned with people who have been trained, certified, and licensed, both in advanced cardiac life support and basic life support. All people here are medics, those who can deal both with medical emergencies and trauma emergencies. And to add on this Alpha ambulance service can be used. We do host event standby. For example, events of safari rally, motorbike challenge, marathon, school playing children, for example ball games, racing cars, if you're having a funeral, if you're having a birthday, any gathering, call us on hotline numbers and we shall be there in time to offer you better emergency medical services. This is Alpha Ambulance Services, bringing care, hope and excellence. Thank you.
Yes, now this is the part where we get to drive. We get now to know how the cockpit or the driver's place in an ambulance operates. As we said when we were beginning the show, that this is an ambulance, this is a Toyota Hiace with a 2.7 liter engine. So that's basic. That's the petrol engine. Now I want to be taken through by my friend here, Michael. About all these buttons that I can see now. So I can see so many buttons. What does this do? The red one?
The red one is used to put on the flashlights.
Or the flashlights?
The flashlights,
So
yes.
if I press it,
Yes.
is it on or it's off?
Now it's off.
Oh, it's off, yeah?
Yes.
So if I press it,
Now it's now on.
oh, so it's flashing the light.
Flashing the lights showing that there's an ambulance coming
Okay.
and you're supposed to give way. I'm having an emergency on board.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So when the lights are on, that tells you there is an emergency.
Yes. These are called call.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the 1 inch thing? What is this? Oh, first channel.
First channel, but for this function of these ones, major one is this one. This
Okay.
button number 1. This one is being used to activate the
The
sirens.
siren.
Yes.
Are we allowed to activate in this demonstration?
Yes, we are allowed.
Oh, okay. So we can.
Yes, activate the siren number 1.
Oh, this siren number 1.
Yes. You can hear the siren. The siren number 1.
So I'll turn it off.
Yes. That button. The second button now.
This
Turn it
one.
off. Now turning it off is this button.
Okay.
And now for the second siren, this is the next button now.
Oh, this one.
Yes, second siren. It must be on first.
Oh, it must be
Must be
on.
on. Then add one. Then yes.
Oh,
That
okay.
is the second siren. And now this siren. Yes.
Oh, that's how you turn it off, eh?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Must press here, but it goes off. But now to activate it, you go this one, number 1, siren number 1, then you go siren number 2.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And most of these ambulances were made in China. So there's a time it starts to speak in China when you reach a junction.
Oh, okay.
When you're high speed or when you hoot you hoot, it will start to speak in Chinese, but that's not necessary for now.
Okay.
But it will go when you are at a high speed. Yes, it will go. Now, yes.
So that's that, eh?
Yes.
I can see there's a microphone here.
Yes.
What does this do?
That microphone is being used by the ambulance operator.
Okay.
In case
the ambulance operator is the
yeah,
driver.
The driver. You know, here we are now operating an ambulance.
Oh, all right.
Driving.
So I'm an operator.
Yeah, you're an operator.
All right.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Now for the operator, maybe you have reached a junction and your siren has failed, your lights have failed,
Okay.
or maybe there's too much commotion.
Okay.
You will use that one to address
Now
the public
Okay.
or the people who are using roads during that time.
Oh, turn it on.
Turn it
I want to address the public.
You shall use this one.
Oh, this one.
So the second one.
Okay.
This one will use it.
So how does it
Turn
work?
it on. You press here.
Oh, okay.
Press here. Hello? Hello? Can
Oh,
see it is
okay.
working. You can say, excuse me. KCU 648.
Excuse me. Is it working?
You need to press there. And the hall, yes.
Excuse me, Shiftgang ambulance on the way. I'm having an emergency on board. Currently we are doing 36 psi on a Toyota Hiace.
Yes. So
Oh,
people
wow.
will
Oh, so this is for clearing the way.
Clearing the way. People will give you way. Or if you have gone for an adventure in the wilderness, in the forest, you can use this one to communicate with people who have you are with them, maybe in a camping.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The other thing I've realized is there's a normal rear view mirror.
Yes.
Then there is this one.
Yes.
Okay. Why the need for two?
Now this one you can use it to, since you are a medic, you're using this one to see what's happening behind.
Okay.
For example, we do have patients who are neurologically challenged, psych patients.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he or she is now getting violent. Now you need to assist your nurse or your EMT on board. It's then used just to see what's going on with the nurse and with the patients.
Okay.
Yes.
There's also something else here.
This one, is called a rear torch.
Okay.
Where you can, the nurse, maybe you are being called, he or she is receiving the phone call and noting down some notes. So you can press it on and press it off. Now it's on, he or she can pull it and see and write notes when we are en route with a patient.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now, allow me just to ask, roughly, how much does an ambulance cost?
An ambulance. For example, this one or the other ones.
Well, like this one.
Like this one. This one, it goes for a cost of 5.5 million.
5.5 million.
Yes. From Japan.
From Japan.
Minus the machines. Without the machines.
No, the vehicle itself.
The vehicle itself is 5.5 million without the machines. Now after putting the machines on board, it even comes to 7.5 million.
Jesus Christ.
So this is an investment.
It's an investment.
Yes.
And do you have like special insurance for the ambulance or?
Yes, we do have insurance for ambulance. There is that comprehensive cover which one must have.
Okay.
And there's the indemnity cover. Yes, for the staff and for the medical equipment. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, for you to be an ambulance driver,
yes.
Must you take a course on the defensive driving?
Yes.
Or so it's a must?
You must have those courses.
Okay.
Because if you're given this vehicle on just a normal driver, you will crash. You will have dents on your vehicle. You will even not attend to these patients. In fact, you will be now endangering your lives and lives of patients whom are in board. Because first of all, you must do ambulance operator course, which entails basic maneuvers. It entails patient stabilization and basic life support. Just being here in the front doesn't mean that you're just a driver. You need also to assist the nurse here or the EMT who is here. And again, you must understand the patient to whom you are carrying. For example, you're carrying a stroke patient or a cardiac arrest patient, or carrying a patient who is going to deliver. These are patients are called high priority patients. So there is a way you must maneuver. There is a way you know how you must take a corner. You know how to brake. Those courses will assist you.
Oh, so you just don't maneuver
just maneuver like just a partner. No. We do know how to brake. Those courses will impact you with skills and knowledge on how to brake, on how to change gears, and how to check corners. Because you can imagine now you're carrying a mother who is going to deliver, and you are speeding at the same time you are maneuvering.
Okay.
You will worsen the situation.
Wow.
You will worsen the situation. There's some patients whom they don't need sirens, they don't need lights. For example, those patients who are having migraine headaches, they don't need lights. In fact, and even sirens will be worsening the situation. So you must understand these patients. That's why these courses are good. For example, emergency operator course, there's EVOC, emergency vehicle operation course, EVOC, and there's ambulance operator course. There is defensive driving. You must do those courses. They will assist you. Yeah.
Wow. Now, what do you have to say because most of the times I've seen like there's an ambulance and there's traffic, people are not moving. What do you have to say? What do you have to tell the public?
It's just a matter of 2 seconds. That ambulance has already passed you. 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. and you never know this ambulance is carrying who.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it could be one of your closest relative, your wife, your husband, your child. Yes, or be your closest friend, or even your boss.
So it's common sense. Give way.
Give way. Just make like a small. Just give small portion. If he or she is trained well, he will pass. Okay. He or she will pass, and will be back.
Now.
Yeah, and will be back to a normal way, because you don't know who may carry. But for real, we do have such situations, and the ambulance operators are having difficult time. That's why you can see we're even going wrong side, because now our usual way, the right side is now packed, and going to the wrong side, it needs confidence, it needs skills, it needs that oomph for you to hold this vehicle and drive it the wrong side.
Wow.
Yes.
Right. I'll tell you, I've learned something. ALS. Now, on my terms, ALS means something totally different.
Advanced
anti-lag system. Yeah.
Yes.
But on your side, I heard it means advanced
life support.
Life support.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you for taking us through this. Everything.
Yes.
Man, I appreciate. This has been Shiftgang for you. Shiftgang254 and Alpha Ambulance services. Check out their page on Facebook, on Instagram. If you have anything, if you have an event, even on an emergency, their phones, contacts, everything are here on the description, so you will see them. Well, this has been Steven Wamwere with Alpha Ambulance and Shiftgang. Till next time, cheers guys.